The Curious Case of the Magical Juice Machine. In the picturesque town of Fruityville, nestled between lush orchards and golden wheat fields, there was a little cafe called Sunny Sips. The cafe was known for its charming atmosphere. Wooden tables adorned with tiny vases of fresh flowers, the smell of baked goods wafting from the kitchen, and a bell that chimed melodiously whenever a customer opened the door. But what truly set Sunny Sips apart was its juice machine. This wasn't just any juice machine. It was an impressive, gleaming contraption with countless colorful buttons labeled with every fruit imaginable. The owner, Mr. Pulpington, often boasted about it. This machine, he would declare proudly to new customers, can make the freshest, most delicious juices you've ever tasted. Apple, orange, mango, even exotic mixes like dragon fruit and kiwi. It does it all. And for years, the machine lived up to its reputation. People came from miles around to sample the juices it created, and Mr. Pulpington's cafe thrived. But one sunny spring morning, everything changed. The trouble began when Mrs. Lemonberry, the town's baker, strolled in and placed her usual order. "Orange juice, please," she said with a smile. Mr. Pulpington pressed the orange button, and the machine came to life, whirring and rumbling. But instead of pouring out a glass of orange juice, it produced a banana smoothie. Mrs. Lemonberry frowned. "Banana? That's not what I ordered." "Strange," muttered Mr. Pulpington, scratching his head. He tried again. This time the machine spat out a small lettuce umbrella. "What on earth is this?" exclaimed Mrs. Lemonberry, holding the soggy creation at arm's length. I don't know," stammered Mr. Pulpington. "This machine has never done anything like this before." The next day, the machine's behavior grew even stranger. A boy named Timmy came in with his pocket money and asked for apple juice. Mr. Pulpington pressed the apple button, but instead of juice, the machine emitted a loud honk and sprayed a rainbow-colored foam that nearly covered Timmy from head to toe. "This is hilarious," said Timmy, bursting into laughter as he tried to wipe the foam from his face. News of the juice machine's antics spread like wildfire through Fruityville. Curious townsfolk flocked to the cafe, eager to see what bizarre creation the machine would make next. "Grape juice, please," said a farmer, chuckling as he leaned over the counter. The machine beeped, shook, and then produced a tiny purple balloon shaped like a bunch of grapes. The farmer laughed so hard he nearly fell off his chair. "Pineapple juice for me," called another customer. The machine groaned dramatically, as if it were offended by the request, and out came a shower of pineapple-scented glitter. The townsfolk loved the surprises, but Mr. Pulpington was starting to worry. What if the machine was broken beyond repair? What if it stopped working entirely? Determined to fix it, he called Felix Fixit, the best repairman in the region. Felix arrived with his trusty toolbox and a confident grin. "Don't worry, Mr. Pulpington. I'll have this machine back to normal in no time." Felix opened the machine, poked around, and soon came back with a puzzled expression. "Well, I've got good news and bad news." "What's the good news?" asked Mr. Pulpington. "It's not broken," said Felix. "And the bad news?" Felix hesitated. "I think it's alive." "Alive?" gasped Mr. Pulpington. At that moment the machine let out a cheerful series of beeps, 3 quick ones followed by a long one. Then it spat out a shower of colorful confetti. The crowd in the cafe cheered and clapped. From that day on, the juice machine was no longer just a tool. It was a beloved member of the community. Customers didn't come to Sunny Sips just for juice anymore. They came for the joy, the surprises, and the fun. One day, a little girl named Lily approached the machine and whispered, "Why do you do funny things?" The machine beeped softly and spat out a tiny paper heart with the words, "To make you smile." The cafe erupted into laughter and applause, and Mr. Pulpington felt a wave of pride. His little cafe was now the heart of the town, where people gathered to share laughter, stories, and unexpected moments of happiness. As for the juice machine, it continued to do what it loved most, creating chaos, spreading joy, and turning an ordinary cafe into the most magical place in Fruityville.